Last practice of training camp, and we'll have a team function tonight, and then we'll take 2 days off and get ourselves ready to go academically, but also being able to relax, but also rehabilitation of all the nagging injuries and kind of get our minds right. Right now with the freshmen, some continue to improve and others improving slowly. Some are ahead of others, obviously, but now the next maturation phase of this football team comes about, and how we handle a couple days off, and now we handle the distractions, which student body on campus and budgeting your time and managing your time and going to class and in-season study table and all those other things. We must be a mature football team. We're not there yet. I'll know a little bit once we go through a week in terms of school. I think it's going to be beneficial for us that school is starting early to get them in a routine, and that we're not starting school when we're right into game week. So I think that'll be good for us in moving forward. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
Butch, you kind of touched on it Saturday night. Just how much of a concern are your defensive tackles at this point?
Well, it's a great concern, and we have to have some individuals step up, and we're going to have to do it by committee. And it's learning how to strain, how to play for that 63 effort, that mentality inside. And we all know you have to stop the run first and foremost. And we're talented, but we're very, 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 very young, as we all know. And so it's a concern moving forward.
What do you learn about your team by the way they approach and handle this week, and then what have you learned since Saturday night about Salisbury?
Well, we're still work in progress from a maturity standpoint. Like I said, some individuals are ahead of others in terms of maturity. And, we knew this isn't any surprise to us. They're 17-year-old kids going through their first training camp. And it's having that mental toughness, that mental conditioning to fight through the fatigue, especially the mental fatigue. And we talk about being relentless and having a relentless approach, but the mental approach is so much more important than the physical approach, and that mental toughness. So again, some individuals are ahead of others, but we don't have that maturity overall as a group. We're very, very youthful, so every day is a learning experience for them. In terms of Salisbury, right now, it could be a couple days, it could be a week. He re-aggravated his knee, but we don't anticipate him being gone for the season. It's going to be how his body progresses, how he heals, so that's a positive. Is right now he just re-aggravated his knee that he was coming off of surgery with.
Do you lean on your players' staff this week? It's sort of a different week than any other you've experienced, and it won't be the same moving forward again.
Absolutely. That's part of being a mature football team, and relying on your leaders and kind of setting the standard and the expectations. We talk about the standard, the expectations every single day, and we talked about there's a difference between do you love the power T or do you love the power of the team? And there's two different things. And there's a standard, there's an expectation by which we talk about each and every day of being a member of this football team and this football program.
What do you like about Curbison and tackle versus guard?
Well, I think Kyler is extremely athletic, and he's very, very intelligent. And, he's provided some stability at that position, and we're going to need that stability moving forward.
Do you think he's a better tackle than a guard?
Well, I think, he has the ability to play both. It's kind of where we're at in the program. Realistically, he's probably be more of a guard than a tackle, but he's answered that challenge, and he's performed on a consistent basis. And again, he's athletic, but he's very, very smart. He's a smart football player, and we need him to be a smart football player.
Has that search for the right combination on the line, has that been tougher than you would anticipate, or has it been about what you expected?
It's about what we expected. It's not so much the search, it's having depth. And when you're limited with not much depth, we want to be able to move players around, because it's all about putting the best five on the field. And if we can have individuals, like Coleman Thomas, who knows center, who knows guard, who knows tackle, that helps the overall depth. When you don't have it by numbers, you have to get it by, players who can play multiple positions up front. And that's what we're attempting to do right now.
Is that combination of Robertson and Curbison and tackle, does that say more about what Jashawn's done or maybe what Coleman hasn't done?
No, I think it's just, again, some individuals are ahead of other individuals in the learning curve. And Jay Sean has done a great job, and it's been a big benefit of having him on the offensive side of the ball.
Coach, you talked about all the hurdles and obstacles to the first-year guys, especially as camp drags on. Just in light of that, how impressive is it that Robertson just keeps hanging on? He doesn't seem to be, have hit that.
Well, it is. He hasn't hit the freshman barrier or the training camp barrier. He's come and he's brought it each and every day, and it's been great to see. And again, it's like your kids. Every individual, their maturity level is a little bit different than the others. And unfortunately, we need them all to mature, but some develop at rapid paces and some over time. Todd Kelly Jr. is one who continues to mature. We see that growth and that development each and every day in practice with him, and we're going to need that in moving forward. But, Jay Sean has done a great job in that regards.
What have you seen from each of the Berry twins individually, just how they look through the stream?
Well, work in progress, and we put a lot on their plate, on their shoulders, especially Elliott. We moved him to linebacker. Elliott understands leverage. He plays at a pad level. And, I'll give you an example is Coach Thig gets a text message at 4:30 the other morning, and it's from Elliott Berry. And he wants to know why we're fitting power this way and where he's spilling the ball. And to me, the Berries are very cerebral. They live football each and every day, and I think that's a great illustration, especially Elliott.
How much have you seen the game slow down for TK?
It is. That's part of that maturation process is, the game has been playing fast for a lot of these kids. And the ones that are maturing and growing and developing, the game is slowing down. We talk about see a little, see a lot, the eye discipline, the eye violations that we talk about in TK. The game is slowing down. He's been a sure tackler. He's played physical. We pointed out all about, developing a football team is your practice etiquette, how you thud, how you tag off. And we keep going back to illustrations of how you thud, and it's always TK. And so, again, the other thing is the start of the season in Utah State isn't the end. These individuals are going to continue to develop from now all the way to the end of the season. And some individuals may not be game ready right now. Did you do the ice bucket challenge yet, Coach? All these people are waiting for the ice bucket challenge. You have 24 hours. That's no excuse. All right, let's go. See ya. But, some develop more so than others. But, I'm encouraged by what I see. But, again, it's just an overall process. And like I said, some will be ready by game 3, game 4, game 5, or some will be ready by Utah State. They just have to continue to develop. Today we did scout teams for the first time. So, again, teaching the practice etiquette of how you handle scout teams. Every day is a new learning experience for these kids, and unfortunately, it's half our football team. It is a new learning experience. And I think I broke the record in Aspirin in a training camp, but that's also what makes it exciting in coaching and teaching.
The depth you have at the tight end position there, how can it just change your options offensively in terms of what you do with the passing game?
Well, we want to be a tight end oriented offense, and it provides us some flexibility scheme-wise. And, you have to be a dual threat. You have to be able to run and catch, and you have to be able to block. And then some in pass protect as well. But there's so much that goes into playing winning football at the tight end position. And now we have a little bit of depth, but we also have competition there as well, which has been great to see. That competition, I think, has really elevated the play of a lot of individuals at that particular spot.
Butch, when you watch your practice film review of kickoff coverage, does it jump out to you how much faster your coverage unit is? I mean, is it obvious to you?
We have really improved our team speed, but now it's the fundamentals. It's the understanding the scheme. It's understanding how to play in space. How do you reduce your surface? Understanding your leverage. Probably the biggest thing where young players struggle with is understanding where your help is. Understanding leverage. Not just in terms of your body position, but leverage of the structure of a coverage team or on defense. But we've improved our athleticism, but now it's understanding, again, how do you get off blocks, understanding where the ball is kicked. And so much of great kick cover teams is also the placement of the ball by your punter or by your kicker as well. That goes hand in hand.
Coach, you just went to Kramer to tight end recently. Are you done with looking at players at different positions, or is that an ongoing process?
It's an ongoing process, trying to put the players in the best position that they can possibly be in, but also to help the football team as well. So that's an ongoing process.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.